Hey everybody, welcome to your June 2022 astrological forecast. Keep in mind that this is just a general reading. However, if you would like to have something more specific like your own chart done, there's a link below in the description box to my website where you can check out my services. There's also a link to something called Ask Me a Question, which is for people who only want to know maybe one or two things about their chart. So there's a link below to that too. I would like to take this opportunity to thank my subscribers again for their continued support. And if you're new to my channel and you like this video, please like and share it. It really helps my channel to grow, along with subscribing, and click on the little notification bell and you'll be notified each time I upload something. Okay, and also check out my weekly forecasts. Hey Sagittarius, welcome to your June 2022 astrological forecast. So this time of year, every year, you may notice that people kind of get on your nerves a little bit more than they usually do. And that's because Gemini is your opposite sign, and the sun is in Gemini right now. And, excuse me, in fact, let's see here. Venus will move into Gemini on the 22nd, but the sun is in Gemini up until the 21st, okay? And Mercury starts off the month in Taurus, okay, in your 6th house, still in retrograde motion, but it turns direct on the 3rd, and it moves forward again into Gemini. So it hits Gemini again on the 13th. And let's see what else we have here. Okay, well, the fact that there's a full moon in your sign, okay? Full moon in Sagittarius on the 14th. So anyways, like I said, usually like Mars is in this area also at the same time, but it is moving into Gemini in like a few months, and it's going to stay there for quite some time, okay? So whatever's happening around now, maybe something that will be revisited. I was supposed to look up the dates for that. I'd have to say August, September, or whatever, when Mars moves into Gemini. But for now, just know that the Sun and Mercury are there. Mercury will be in direct motion from the 3rd on, and it will be in Gemini from the 13th on. And then Venus moves into Gemini on the 22nd, okay? So your 7th house is where you have the sign of Gemini. So all these planets are directly across from your rising sign in Sagittarius and your sun or any other planets that you have in Sagittarius. And it's like a tug of war between these planets. And what it is, especially with the sun in Gemini directly across from your sun in Sagittarius, creates this tug of war, okay, between energies, because the sun is your life energy, right? So sometimes people feel a little bit depleted at this time, or just feeling like they don't have the strength to deal with all the crap that's going on, which is actually a good way to be. You know, right now, you really don't have anything all that like pressing or all that I don't know, stressful going on as you did in past years, okay? But I'm just letting you know that the 7th house is the house of partnerships and close relationships, okay? This is a business partner, romantic partner, close friend. This is also the house of open enemies and competition. This could be competition in business or competition in love. Open enemies is someone that you just don't get along with, okay? Everybody knows it. It's no secret, which means it's open. Everybody knows that you two don't get along, okay? So keep that in mind, because, you know, things may be transpiring down the, like through the rest of the year, where this person may make themselves known a lot more than they really should, okay? They may start sticking their nose in your business as if they aren't already, you know, but you'll be more aware of it, let's put it that way. But when Mercury was retrograde in Gemini in your 7th house, you had a chance to review some kind of partnership or relationship that you have with someone, even if it's an arrangement, you know. Seventh house is also the house of lawyers and contracts, okay, along with the third house being the written word and contracts, or binding, something binding between you and someone else, even if it was just like a handshake deal, or just in conversation, someone misunderstood you and assumed that you felt the same way they did about whatever you were discussing, okay? That's what Mercury retrograde kind of does. And now that it turns direct, you're going to have the opportunity to clear that up. If you find out, or you are getting the impression that someone is totally misunderstanding you in one way or another. Like I said, this could be in business, where a business partner thinks you're okay with the way they're handling things, and you don't want to be a big part of the business, or you do want to be, you know what I mean? It always seems to be like the exact opposite of your feelings, or how you really want things to be. So I believe that that you're going to get something really cleared up here at this time. And I do have to say, though, excuse me, you have Jupiter and Aries in your fifth house of romance and creativity, and many, many other things, okay? So the seventh house of close relationships and partnerships is like the marriage house, okay? So with these planets in Gemini, I'm sure somebody's been in hot pursuit of you long before these planets moved into Gemini. But with Jupiter just recently moving, in May into Aries, hasn't really had too much time to work its magic yet, But when Venus moves into Gemini on the 22nd, I think you'll start to see the beginning of someone that is really, persistent in wooing you in some way or other, wooing you into even a business, wanting you to go into business with them. Or it could be like some kind of collaborative effort, that's creative. Maybe they want you to join a band or a group, or whatever kind of art that you perform, whether it's music, or you painting, or you're a filmmaker, or you write, it's whatever it is. Somebody could be, especially when Mars moves into Gemini, okay? You know what, I will look that up, and I'm going to put it in the description box below, okay, when Mars does move into Gemini. I'll have to remember to put it in other videos, but for now I'll just put it in the description box below. But anyway, somebody is going to be very aggressive and pushy towards you when this Mars moves into Gemini. But it begins now. This person is more than likely already in your life, okay? Could be someone new, but I don't think so. I just think it's somebody that's already been around. They could be new to you. Maybe you don't know them that well. They're just new in your group of friends, or new to your area. But they're in touch with you, or they I don't know, try to run into you, or if you're on social media, you're probably friends with them on social media, so they do kind of take up your time when you first sign on, whatever, to your account, something like that. But they may try to get you involved in something or other. Now, that's a good thing if you want it to be, but if you're not interested, because I think there's going to be more than one person that does, like get a bit pushy with you in regards to some kind of contract or relationship. Okay, especially like when Venus moves into Gemini, it really, really picks up then. But it also, if you were having problems with someone at that time that you're in a close relationship with, that's the best time to have a very nice conversation that resolves whatever kind of issues you may have, or something within the relationship that you don't like the way it's going, right? Especially around this full moon. When this full moon comes along on the 14th in your sign, okay, in your first house, full moons are there to bring like problems to the surface, where they can be dealt with and then done away with. So that's what I think that's what's going to happen here, okay, is that you will, I don't think you're going to break it off with anyone, but you would put them in their place. let them know how you feel about whatever kind of relationship you have with them. If you want it to become more serious, then this would be the time for you to like voice that, that opinion. And if it's too clingy for you, because Sagittarians don't like clinginess, so they're rarely clingy themselves. So I would have to say you'd have to speak up about that. You want your freedom a little bit, right? It's like, and this could even be like with a friend, though, too. Just a close friend that may be feeling a little insecure because you're spending more time with like a new friend that's in your group of friends, or you're doing things without them, or even if you've asked them and they act like you haven't, somebody could get a little bit jealous at this time. Okay, so I do have to mention, though, that a couple planets turn retrograde this month. Okay, Saturn turns retrograde on the 4th, and where you have Saturn in your chart is your 3rd house of Aquarius. That's where it is right now, okay? So your 3rd house is a big communication and travel house, and even just having Saturn here means that maybe sometimes you were having problems getting from point A to B, like car problems possibly. Maybe you have problems with public transportation, especially when Mercury does turn retrograde. A lot of times that happens. But or you could have like a lot of construction or whatever going on in your area, your neighborhood, so you can't like drive straight down your street to get to your house. You have to go like at least a few miles out of your way just to get back to your home because of a roadblock or something. So something like that might pop up at this time if it hadn't already. Some project, road maintenance or something like that was done. Maybe they're deciding to do a different part of the road, or whatever it was that was repaired failed, and they have to do it again. They have to repair that. Something weird like that, okay? Also, a lot of times having Saturn in your 3rd house kind of means that you're not really speaking up a lot, to let's say like your neighbors, or just anyone, maybe not voicing your opinion just because the people you're talking to aren't, they don't respect it anyway, so you feel like, well, why would I bother? I'll just have a nice conversation with people who do respect me. So it's something like that. I don't believe, because you're not one to hold back, really. If something's bothering you, and you can be very diplomatic, even though, traditionally Sagittarians are supposed to be very blunt. It just depends on, it depends on your chart, though, too. But I would have to say that you can more than likely be very persuasive, but not pushy. You can let someone down easily if you do have to talk to them about something that, maybe they don't want to hear even. But, the 3rd house being a big travel house, I would have to say that any kind of a road trip usually is what a 3rd house is here. Okay, with Saturn being here in retrograde motion, I think you might put that off for a little while. Or again, if you're taking a road trip, make sure you plot out your whole travel route, because you get a lot of surprises, especially if you're using GPS or AAA or something like that that maybe isn't exactly up to date because you're about ready to take a route that's closed due to construction. Okay. You could also receive like a letter or some kind of communication that you didn't get, that suddenly pops up, and it could throw a little bit of like problem into something you've been like carrying on the whole time, because you didn't know there was a problem. It could be with anything. It could be with a bill, a regular bill that you get, monthly bill or something, or you're just noticing, that you've been charged with something or other on an account that it shouldn't be there, or you're paying more for something, whatever. Okay, so you could get some kind of communications at this time. You could also, when you go out, because 3rd house is your everyday life and the people you would encounter throughout the normal course of your day, right? Like your neighbors. and like people at the post office, the grocery store, whatever. Anyways, you could run into like really depressing people, okay, that can just hardly wait to lay some bad news on you, you know, while you're standing in line out the checkout counter. They're not fun. You know, you're just like, why do I even go out if I'm attracting these kind of people? And that's just, it's just the way it is right now. Okay, also, let's see here. Neptune does turn retrograde, okay, in Pisces, in your 4th house. And I would have to say that if you had any kind of problems, like I don't know if you have an above ground swimming pool that you have to open, you know, for the season, or anything to do with water, plumbing, the bathroom, issues with pipes, you know, something like that might pop up at this time. Okay, water, problems with water, or maybe a flooded basement or something due to storms. Okay, let's see here, what else? Well, I do have to say though, okay, from the 3rd to the 13th, Mercury will be in Taurus, okay, in your 6th house again, where it already had been. It's in direct motion now though, so your 6th house is the workplace and the kind of work that you do. But I believe that by now you have started some kind of side venture, you know, if you do have a main income from a job that you do, there's something you're doing on the side that you want to become your main source of income so you could drop the day job or whatever. And I believe that somebody could, who wanted your services or whatever it is that you create at one time and then said they'd have to get back to you or get in touch with you. I think that's what will happen now, like somebody that wanted to pay you for whatever it is that you do, and then it didn't happen, they might contact you now. Even like previous clients that you've had might contact you to do work that you've done for them in the past. Okay, now there's a new moon on the 28th in Cancer, and where you have Cancer in your chart is your 8th house of other people's money and resources. Okay, so the sun will be here, let's say, like from the 21st on. So you'll have the sun and then this new moon, which means like there's a new beginning going on in this area. Okay, 8th house is, like I said, other people's money and resources. You really don't have anything going on too much, because this is the house of creditors and insurance and taxes and stuff like that. But it's also passive money coming to you through means other than earning it, such as winnings, prize winnings, or settlements of any kind, or insurance payouts, a bank loan, refunds of any kind, even like from the IRS or any kind of financial institution. So, you know, it's also like resources, right? So resources isn't always money. I believe somebody's going to gift you with something around this new moon that you could probably use. You know, it might be something that they've had but they don't use anymore, and they feel that you would put it to good use. Somebody could actually just buy you something at this time as some kind of gift, or someone could pay your way to some kind of event or something or other, something that they want you to attend. Okay, so the best time to do something each month is when the moon is in your own sign, and the moon is in Sagittarius on the 12th, 13th, and 14th. The best time to lay low is when the moon is in your opposite sign, and your opposite sign is Gemini, and those dates are the 25th, 26th, and 27th. The best time for romance, recreation, creativity, fun, gambling, or speculation, and anything to do with children is the 8th, 9th, 10th, 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. The best time for money is the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 14th, 15th, 16th, 28th, 29th, and 30th. The best time for your career is the 6th, 7th, 8th. The best time for communication and travel is the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 16th, 17th, and 18th. So I hope you enjoyed your astrological forecast for this month. Be sure to check out my weekly forecasts, and don't forget to subscribe. Okay, I will see you next week. Goodbye.